Okay, so I'm back. Welcome to Glitter 50. So I'm trying something new. I've tried it for the past couple days and thought I'd come on here and let you know. Elf has these strips that you can get. There's so many in a package and they're really inexpensive, but they're these little strips and you can put them on the side of your face. A lot of people use tape. Tape doesn't stick to my eyes because my eyes water a lot. But you can put these little tape things on there and it just makes it so that you have crisp lines on the side. So I've already done my what's the word I'm looking for? I've already set my eyes. I've already primed them and set them. I used the Colourpop cream shadow in Laurel, and then I used the Colourpop setting powder in translucent just to set them. And today's palette I'm going to use is the Venice Fling, the Sarian and Estate palette. Oh my goodness, Sarian is so, like, to watch her do her makeup, her eye makeup is so pretty. And if you are interested, not that you like it, but if you're interested in true crime stories, like to know things like that, she does an amazing job. Most Mondays, she comes on and she tells stories about all kinds of murder and mystery, and she does her makeup, and it's for me, it's a great thing to watch. So I'm going to link her channel down below if I can figure that out. And we're just going to go ahead and do our makeup today. So let me see where my brushes are. I'm just going to take, this is a Colourpop E18. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. I'm going to take the color Bonfire and I'm going to put that on my, it's kind of a flat shader brush. I'm just going to take that and run it along my crease. I don't do a whole lot of orangey eyes, but I like them. I like it mainly in the background, but today we're going to try and stick to mainly the orange and maybe a little bit of brown. But I just rub it along my crease. My daughter bought me one of those diamond picture things, and I have been obsessed with doing it. I started it, I think, a week ago, and you take these little diamonds on a stick with wax on the bottom and you put them on the page. They stick to the page and it's so nice. I love it. And I'm almost done. It's only taken me a week, but maybe a little longer than a week. But I don't work on it all the time because I work and I do, household things. Last weekend I got a treadmill as well, and I did my first workout on Tuesday, and I'm going to work out again today. I want to do it every day, but I also don't want to be like super sore, and I'm 50 and I'm overweight, and so I'm trying to ease myself into it and not overdo myself. but I'm going to lose weight. My year, I'm going to lose, my plan is to lose 50 pounds, 5 pounds a month. Just don't think that that's a hard thing to do. I think, you know, that's something that I can do. Take my brush on my color switch. I have a lot of brushes, but I don't like to use all of them in one day. Now I'm going to take Rose Tattoo, which to me is that orangey color. I don't know why it's called Rose, but it's what she called it. And I'm going to put that on the outside and blend it in. I'm looking at my mirror over here, so hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. And I'm just blending that into that other shade a little bit so it has a nice gradient to it. See how pretty that is? Take the other side. And wait till you see what happens when we remove this tape stuff. I mean, it looks kind of funky right now, but just wait. You'll see. I need to move my mirror down a little bit. Sorry if that was loud. Because I can see you guys, and then I can also, I'm using my mirror over here to try and make it somewhat even. Then I just blend it. But see how that just, you'll see when it's all done, when I rip the tape off, it'll just give you a nice clean line. I've had these for a while, and there are days that I like them, and then there are days that I don't. I want the more rounded type look, and then there are days that I just really want the nice crisp line that it gives. So the other side got a little darker, so I'll just make this one darker. It's easier to add more than to try and subtract, so just go in lightly rather than go in heavy-handed. I give myself plenty of time in the mornings to do my makeup because I don't want to be rushed, and it's just my time to take care of myself and do what I want to do. Again, with the color switch. Now I'm going to take the color Venice Fling, which is kind of a glittery color. And I've only used this a couple times, but I want that corner out here to be a little darker. So I'm putting that out here on the, don't worry. I know it looks really dark right now, but trust the process. It might look kind of crazy, but if you trust the process, it all works out in the end. Gotta make sure I get this part even. Like I said, you can always add to. It's harder to subtract. See, now we're pretty much even. There's a little, but then take a brush, color switch again, go back into Rose Tattoo, brush it off, and then you're going to blend over the top of that to blend it out more. And subdue the color just a little bit, so it's not quite as dark. See how that lightened that up and it blended the edges in? And we're going to do the same thing on this side, making it so that there's not, you don't see the harsh edges as much. There we go. There we go. A little bit more on this side. Trying to get them both even. I don't know if you've noticed, but most people have different shape eyes, even on themselves. Like my eyes are not symmetrical. And as far as eye shapes go, because something looks good on me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look good on you. You have to play with your makeup and see what your eye shape is and what looks good on you. Sorry, that was my grandmother clock in the other room going off. I say grandmother clock because grandfather clocks are stand up, and this one sits on the wall and she's smaller. So to me, she's grandmother because she does that whole little chime thing just like grandfather clocks do. But oh, move this one in a little bit more. But anyway, you just have to play around with your makeup and see what looks good on you and what you can and cannot do. All right. So now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to dip into the color Soul, which is this yellowy shade. And I'm going to drape that across my lid, blending it as I go. With the other colors. Now the other finger, the other eye. Some people don't like to use their fingers. I find that, especially with the glitter or the shimmery shades, it's better to use your finger. The color just sticks better that way. I don't know if it's just the pressure of your finger or the oils on your finger. Now, I washed my hands obviously before I started all of this, but okay, I wipe my fingers off. And this one, I haven't used this a whole lot, but I really wanted it to be in this look today. This is the Colourpop and Kathleen Lights loose pigment, and this is in the shade Aries, I think, or Fire, or it was part of her Zodiac line, and this was the color for Aries, which is my sign, because Aries is a fire sign. So let's see how this looks. So I don't know if you can see that. See how glittery that is? But it is a pressed pigment. Let's see if I can get it to focus on that just a little bit better. Okay. Like I said, I haven't used this a whole lot, but that's the color. And I'm going to use my Smashbox setting powder. And I'm just going to spray it to get it a little bit damp, because with loose pigment it tends to apply better that way and hopefully stay. See how that blends into the other color? Because I really want to have it more orangey than gold. But I wanted that gold base. Ooh, fallout. Lots of fallout. So you have to be really, really careful with this. Like I said, I have not used this a whole lot, but look at the difference between that eye and that eye. Not the fallout. Don't look at the fallout. But we will get that down. But I think I like the way it shimmer and shines on this side. And it subdues that yellow, but that yellow still shines through. It's just a lot less golden. Let's see if I can do it on this side now. I find if you tap it on there, it's better than if you try and wipe it on. You just tap it. Lots of fallout because it is a loose pigment. You're just gonna have fallout. It's not gonna. So don't do your base makeup first if you're going to be using a pressed pigment, because you're going to get it all over your face and you're going to want to go back in after you've gotten it on there. You can spread it out a little bit more. There. I know it looks kind of funky. We'll get there. Remember, trust the process. So, done with the loose pigment for now. Brushing off my brush. And now this is when we go in and clean up all that pigment. I just take a piece of a wipe, a facial wipe. I try not to use them very often, and I try and get multiple uses out of them, and I cut them in half because I don't need a big one. to do the little things that I do. Okay. That took a little bit of the color off the, and there's still fallout there, but we're just gonna go with it. There's glitter everywhere on my face. So this is what it looks like when you take the tape off. See how that looks? Alrighty, so I'm gonna go put the rest of my face on and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I've done my base and my brows and my liner. So now we're gonna go in with bronzer, and this bronzer, I haven't used it before, but I've heard lots of good things about it. It's by LA Colors, and I got it at the Dollar Tree. And I've heard so many good things, so we're just going to try it out today. This is in the color Bronzed Beauty. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of this. Ooh, that's a little orangey, but we'll make it work. We'll just blend it in. Has a little bit of a sheen to it, but I don't really mind that it has a sheen to it. We just blend it in. I tend to go a little bit heavy-handed, but I think it'll all work out. It's a gorgeous color. Down the nose, down the neck, on the chin, jawline. Alrighty. So we are bronzed for days. And I like to take, you know, my trusty little brush for my blush. And today I'm using, this is an old one. They've redone the packaging and changed a few of the colors, but this is the Alomar Cosmetics color blush trio in medium tan, and these are the colors, and I'm going to mix these two together. This is Seclusion in Isla, and I just dip my brush into both of them. And just dab it on. It will fade. It looks really bright right now, but it'll all sink into the skin, and just a little bit above and across the nose. See how beautiful that blush is? So pretty. Now for highlighter, I really like this Ofra highlighter. This is in the highlighter Everglow, and it just has like 3 little pie pieces, and you just take your brush, if I can find it. There it is, my Alomar brush. I just take it on the whole thing, up in the brow bone, and I kind of do a C with it a little bit. See how that shines? So pretty. Down the nose a little bit. Cupid's bow. Even though we're not going to show off our Cupid's bow today because we're going to have a mask on. Then I take just a little itty bitty brush, use my color switch and brush it off. And because I have orangey looks today, sorry, I need to dab the water. I'm going to use the coppery color over here as my inner corner highlight. Just going to brush it in there. And then put a little bit of the white over the top of it to brighten it up just a little bit. But I wanted more of that orangey, coppery color in there. I don't know if you can even see that with these lights. See how that has that orangey flare to it? Then you take the little white over the top, or cream color over the top of it, and it gives it just a little bit more shine. Like I said, my eyes like to water. So I just have to make sure I get all of that out. Alrighty, I'm going to put my lashes on and I'll be back to show you the final look. So here's the final look. I just love the oranges. It's not a color that I generally use, but I really like the way it makes my eyes pop. And these lashes. So what I used for lashes are these faux minks from ifulllash in 3D 31. These are the lashes that I use, but they're not too big. They don't look like I have like caterpillars on my eyes, but they just give it enough oomph to extend my lashes just a little bit more. I also used Brink, which is a Colourpop lippy stick, and that's the color I have on my lips today. If you want to know more about like all my base products and everything, just let me know and I'll let you know what it is in the comments. So I hope you all have a great day, and as Fits in the Morning says, who's better than you? Nobody. Have a great day.